Welcome to step 7. This is the final video in the series of 7 steps to understanding who your ideal client is so that you can rapidly grow your small business. And it is proven that if you focus on your ideal customer, you will grow 4 times faster than the average. So today we're looking at how to use everything you've learned about your ideal customer to get lots more. So, first of all, let us take a moment and bring ourselves very, very present. 3 deep breaths. First one, noticing how you are supported by the floor or your chair. The second one, breathing out, relaxing the shoulders. And the third one, just noticing the pause at the bottom before the breath comes in. It's in that space that everything is generated from that space. Fantastic. Okay. So, I do encourage you to turn off all distractions, mobile phones, any other social media that you might have flickering around, your telephone, any other distractions. I do encourage you to turn them off and just give yourself the gift of focusing on your business for the next 49 or so minutes as I take you through the steps to filling out your marketing plan. And remember the ABC method of taking notes. A for I'm going to do that, actions, and B for blinding flashes of the obvious, and C for I need more clarity about this. I have questions, and please post your questions into the online program where I can get them. Your question will not only help you when you get the answer to it, but it will also help everybody else. So really encourage you to do that. Excellent. Okay, so if we're all good, let's rock and roll. The one rule that works for all marketing, and it doesn't matter whether it's a small business or a massive business, is test and measure. No business should take something to market without testing it. And it doesn't matter whether it's a new product, a new offering, or an ad campaign, a marketing campaign. Test it small before you commit expenditure to it. And when you find something that works for your marketing, create the system for it, automate it, and then you can move on to create the next element in your marketing plan. Your marketing plan will have a number of elements. So it's about taking one element, testing it, refining it, and when you know why it works and where to place it, where it's going to work for that piece of marketing, then creating the system for it, automating it, and moving on to the next element. Please don't try to do everything at once. Take it one thing at a time, because you need to know, you must know whether your marketing is working. And if you've got a lot of things out there, it's more difficult to tell what's working and what isn't working. So please don't try to do everything all at once. One thing at a time. Test it, measure its success, decide whether its return on the investment you've made in it is sufficient to do it again, refine it, and keep rinse and repeat once you've got it there. All right. So in your program, there are 4 worksheets, step 7. There's a 60 ideas for lead generation, and I'll go over that. Client attraction map, your marketing plan, which is a Word document so that you can mark it up for yourself, and a what customers always want checklist. So what I'm going to do now, bear with me, is I am going to show you the marketing plan. I just have to change some screens around. So here we go. Let me do this. Sorry. Just bear with me while I get this up on the screen for you. And I'm going to take you through the marketing plan. Fantastic. You should now be able to see the My Marketing Success Plan. It's the Word document that's in your program. So you are going to fill this in lots of detail. However, it is a summary. So there's lots of information in here, but it is summary information, not everything that you have been working on. So of course we will start with your business name and your name and what you care about and why you do what you do, a summary of that. But it's really important that you put that in there. This is your purpose. This is where you get your energy from and your drive to keep going. Write in here also your highest values. Remember, 5 to 7 values in here. Write in what you do best. What are you genius at? Put that in here so that you've got it in front of you all the time and you don't get distracted by other bright shiny objects, or I could do this, or I could do that, or I could go over here, because those opportunities will show up for you and you really need to be able to say no to them. Now, next, your ideal client or customer. What are their defining characteristics? Take this from your compelling picture. In the center, you've got defining characteristics or qualities or values of your ideal customer or client. This is what you're going to put in here. You're also going to write in here what their immediate issue, or their flat tire. What is the thing that's uppermost in their mind right now that they really, really want to solve? Not the big problem that they have. This is their flat tire, their immediate issue. And your first base offer. That is, what have you got? What are you offering them that solves that immediate issue? It takes away their flat tire. What is your first base offer? That thing that's really easy, it's a no-brainer to take it and go, yes, I'm going to have that. All right? So your first base offer goes in there. Now write in the big problem that your ideal customer has. Now, I know that, for instance, if you are a mortgage broker or an insurance salesperson, what is the really, really big issue that that your customers have? Is it that they actually are looking down the barrel of never owning their own home, or never feeling secure, always feeling worried about the mortgage payments? I'm not sure. You will have worked that out. And now put in here, what is the dream outcome, or the thing that they really, really want, but think they can probably never have? Now, this is the thing. If you have managed to identify this, the thing they really want but think that they can never have, and you offer them a way to have that, you've got them. All right? So what is your solution to this really big problem? What is your core product or offering? Now, where does your ideal customer or client hang out? List the most likely places you will find them, online and offline. Print media, for instance, do they read magazines, and would a magazine advertisement be a sensible idea for you to try? Which social media sites are they likely to hang out on? Is it Facebook, or is it Twitter, or is it LinkedIn? Which social media sites? Is it Pinterest? You will know if you've done the work. And where do they hang out offline? So do they network in groups? Do they have an affiliation or an association, the Floristry Association, or floristry classes, or garden shows, or where does your ideal client hang out offline, so that you might be able to talk to them there? List all of those places. Just list the likely places, the most likely places that you will find your ideal client. Now, using the 60 lead generation ideas table, which I will open now. Let me see if I can go there now and make sure that you can see this. Let me just go here and go this and 60. Very good. So it looks to me like you should now have in front of you a 60 lead generation sources document. This is in your program. And what I want you to do with this document is I want you to look at direct mail. I want you to look at the source on the left-hand side, and I want you to fill out the columns. So do you like this? Do you like direct mail? If you don't, and choose a scale of 1 to 10. If you don't like it, score it 0 or a 1. If you do like direct mail sales letters, then give it a 10. If you're doing it, just put a tick in there. If it's successful, give it a rating. Again, I suggest a scale of 1 to 10. So are your direct mail sales letters working really well? Are you getting a good response, not only to the sales letter, but also when you have that engagement conversation, when you have that make your offer, are you getting a good conversion? So give it a success rating based on those factors. And will you continue to do this, or does it need improving, or is it time to stop it? If you haven't done it in the past, but you've decided that this is a good way where you will likely connect with your ideal customer or ideal client through a letterbox drop or something like that, a direct mail sales letter, will you start doing it? Put a yes or a no in that column, and then when will you start doing it? So there are 60 lead generation sources or possible sources on this page. And I want you to go through each one. So certified resellers, so that probably doesn't apply to a micro business, but it might apply to somebody who is putting their product into a distribution network. A host beneficiary is if you've got a sign up, for instance, in a local hairdresser where you're selling your flowers, or a local rest home where you're selling your flowers. So that would be a host beneficiary relationship. A free eZine subscription. Now, as eZine is your email newsletter, or your autoresponder set up in the back end of your website. Speaking engagements, free trials of your products or services, referrals, joint ventures. Now, joint ventures are when you combine your product with somebody else who has something that your client or customer who is in the same buying cycle would also be interested in buying. So say, for instance, you're a hairdresser and someone having their hair done for a special occasion might be also looking to buy an outfit. Now, a joint venture could be where the hairdresser says, take this coupon with my compliments and shop in this and you will get 10% off. Now, that would be a joint venture. So they can be either outbound or inbound. Centers of influence are who are the people who are likely to refer people to you, right? People who know and trust your service, who've become centers of influence, and they're likely to refer people to you. Sponsorships. You might be sponsoring the local scouts or your child's sports event or you might be sponsoring a charity. Now, tear sheets in direct mail, that is if you've got a direct mail going out and there is something in there that people rip off and send back to you. Coupon advertising, it's probably not something that you're going to be considering, but you could have a coupon in a local publication that goes out to your local area, and there could be, you could offer a coupon so that there's a number in there, or they phone up and it's a discount on that. Do you blog? Do you Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, online press releases? Do you have press releases that you release online to a number of different sites? Lumpy mail. Now, I haven't talked much about lumpy mail, but lumpy mail is when you send people something, actually something in the mail that is not just an envelope. It could be, if you are, let me think, if you are in the business of making a product, for instance, biscuits, or I've got some people who make organic products. You could put a taster in an envelope and do a distribution. If a new supermarket or shop is opening in the area near you and you're going to have your products in there, you could send something out. It could be a recipe or a can opener, or something like that. So we call it lumpy mail. Newsletter subscriptions, trade associations, book sales, chapters, newspaper advertising, the list goes on. And what I want you to do is to look through every single one of these, because whilst some of these might sound way out for you, personal networking or cross-selling and upselling, or teleseminars, you might be interested in trying that once you've got some other of your marketing systems working. So there are 60 possible ways of generating leads on this page, and I would like you to score each one with a likability score. If you don't like it, just move right on. If it's there's absolutely no point in filling in the other columns, the other 5 columns, if you don't like it, because the likelihood is that it'll be really hard work for you. You won't feel comfortable with it, and your ideal client probably won't like it either. So special reports. I'm just going to talk a little bit about a special report. A special report is something that you identify, something of very keen interest to your ideal client or ideal customer, and you create a report. Now, this can be something that they grab when they're on your website, or it could be something that you do as a mail out, or it could be something that you advertise in a local newsletter and say, go there and grab this special report. And if you want more help with that, then do let me know. Your squeeze page or your sales page is your sales page on your website. And when you have a website, your pages, each page should only have one thing that you want people to do when they're on that page. So if you want people, if they're on your sales page, there's only one thing you want them to do, and that is either grab your special report, or grab your free download, or give you however it is that you've decided is going to work for your ideal client, to get their email address so that you can talk to them. So we've got a Google.com alerts. I'm not a Google expert, but you can get an alert. You can set yourself up to get some alerts when people search for certain phrases in Google. And if you're running an event and clients bring a guest, that's another way of promoting your services. You might have some other ideas as well. So there's space at the bottom of this for you to fill that in. Okay, so that was your lead generation sources, and I'm going to go back now to the marketing page, marketing plan. Excellent. Okay. Now, the client attraction map. So, sorry, just to complete with the lead generation ideas, what I want you to do is remember, first of all, that your ideal client is like you in very many ways. make a list on this marketing plan of no more than 12. And it could be just 3 or 4 from the lead generation ideas that you could start using. As each one is tested for its return on investment, you can either continue with it, delete it, or, as I say, continue with it and then add another one and test and measure that one until you're happy with the return that you are getting on the investment of that. Now, I'm going to turn to the client attraction map. And I need to open this up for you so that you can see the client attraction map on your screen. Great. We'll go here. Good. So in front of you now you should see the client attraction map. And I'm just going to talk you through this. So this is where will you talk to your ideal client, what media you will use, and what offer you will make. So this map tracks the actions that you want people to take. So you'll see there on the left-hand side, now let me get my pointer here, or maybe I can do this. And no, that wasn't what we wanted to do. Go back here, go here. So laser pen. So here in these you will see that there are a number of those client lead generation sources listed, and the task here is to go, okay, so what will I create as a call to action for these people? A call to action, that's this bit here, yeah, so that they want to grab your free offer or whatever you've decided you're creating, your first base offer. Your call to action invites them to grab this. What will happen next? Do they get a phone call? Yeah. Do they go from your opt-in page to a purchase of your first base offer? And from there, do they get, what happens here when they have bought your offer? How do you say thank you? How do you ask for referrals and get more dollars coming in? If they don't purchase, what are you going to do to ensure that you keep talking to them? Because remember that at any one time your offer is going to be suitable for about 4% of people who actually hear it. So what are you doing? What have you decided to do to ensure that there is an ongoing communication with you? And once they've bought your first, your first base offer, what are you going to do to deliver that extraordinary customer service? Have you got a special welcome gift? Would it be a phone call? How are you going to ensure that that happens? So this is a simple map for you to work out how you are going to move people from a prospect through your call to action to being a customer. And a customer is someone that you are confident will buy again. It's not somebody who's just bought once. A customer is somebody you are absolutely confident will buy again. And that's why these things on this side are so absolutely critical. Your welcome gift or your bonus thank you. So let's just take a look for a moment at calls to action, because I've been speaking about calls to action. And they are, there's some examples on the right-hand side. They are literally what it says. They have to be clear. they need to stand out. They need to be action-oriented. So get started, jump in, view now, download, sign up. But they must align with your message and your values. And the verb must fit the context of the offer and the behavior of your ideal client. So just remembering that that's really, really important. Your calls to action, the language you use. I was taught that the words give it away every time. The language you use is really, really important. Okay, I am now going to go back to our marketing plan. Great. So, the marketing elements. Now check off which of these marketing elements you now need to create based on the lead sources you've identified. So do you need to do keyword search? Do you need to create your homepage, or is that already up and running? Does it need to be tested and refined? Is it working? Are you getting inquiries from your homepage? Do you need to gather more testimonials for your for your website and your other marketing collateral? Have you got a guarantee written? Now, guarantees are very, very powerful. They take the risk away from your buyers. So have you written a guarantee? And if not, what guarantee can you offer? And sometimes people are very afraid of offering a guarantee because they think that people will rip them off. Well, the truth is that sometimes somebody will try and rip you off. But for everybody that tries to rip you off, there will be 100 other people who will be put at ease and be more willing to buy your product because of your guarantee. So guarantees are very, very powerful. Do you need to write a special report or a white paper, or write your talk for when you are speaking to groups? Have you got a landing page and sales page created for your website? Do you need online email marketing, a database, so that once people grab your free sample or copy or whatever it is that you're giving away to get people's email addresses, you've got somewhere to put it, and so that you can continue to talk to them? Have an online email database. There's software, lots of different software. MailChimp, you can set one up really, really easily, and it's free. So there's no reason not to have a marketing database. Your autoresponder sequence. So are you going to have something on your website that people grab in return for their email address? And are you going to set up some autoresponder sequences so that they hear from you automatically? It's automated. You don't have to send out lots and lots of emails, but they hear from you, and every now and again you can make them an offer. Are you going to have an online shopping cart? Do you need someone who's going to do that for you? If you need someone who can set that up for you, let me know. I know lots of people who, I beg your pardon, I know a very good website developer who specializes in online shopping. Do you need credit card merchant facilities? Do you need a Google AdWords account? Be careful with Google AdWords. Sometimes it's not the most frequently searched words that are the best spend for your Google AdWords dollar. So we can talk some more about that. If you've got questions about that, let me know. Will you be creating videos of what to do with your products? A little video, for instance, of how to keep your flowers fresh, uploaded on YouTube that you can have a link to, and people can go, oh, I'd love to know how to keep my flowers fresh for longer, or how to cook my tofu, or how to learn to say no to marketing offers that come through the door that tempt you to break your budget. Do you need a Facebook page? Have you got a Facebook page? Do you need Twitter account, LinkedIn? Do you need a new client welcome system? Do you need to create an e-sign or a newsletter? So the purpose of me going through all of these was for you to identify which of these marketing elements you need to create so that you can begin generating leads using the 4 or 5 lead sources that you have identified you are going to begin with. Maximum 4 or 5. Building relationships. What relationships will you need to build for any strategic alliances or public speaking or using other people's networks, such as people who are coming into the hairdresser, as I spoke about, or that's the hairdresser's network. You're accessing the hairdresser's network, or are you accessing another network through a promotion that you've done in a magazine? That magazine's got a big network. That's somebody else's network. And what relationships do you need to build so that you can work with other people's networks? It is the most cost-effective way of marketing. I'm not talking about advertising here, but I'm talking about using other people's networks. And what systems will you need to build? What follow-up system for new prospects? What management system for current customers or clients? What referral system will you need to set up? Each of these is a marketing system that needs to be created in your business. What strategies and projects will you implement in order to attract new prospects related to the lead generation ideas you've chosen to start with? And what strategies will you develop to engage new clients or customers? How will you engage them? Do you need an engagement conversation scripted? Do you need to clarify exactly what questions you will ask them? Do you need to clarify exactly how you will ask for the money and how they will pay? And how will you hold on to your customers? How will you get the follow-on sales? It's always easier to sell. I understand it's up to 10 times easier to sell to a current customer than to sell to a new customer. And it's certainly 10 times easier. So what systems and strategies will you put in place to ensure that you retain your customers and they come back for more? Again, what web pages will you need? I've covered that already. And how will you track your conversion ratio? Will it be a percentage or will it be actual numbers? And what I mean here is when you've got people and you're making them an offer, what percentage of them or what number of them actually take up your offer? How many buy? That's your conversion ratio. And what types of business owners, network, community builders, influential people would make good joint venture partners for you? I talked about a hairdresser and a women's clothing store, but you could be a hairdresser and a makeup artist. Think about who would make good joint venture partners for you. And what kind of joint ventures can you dream up that would be fun and interesting to do? Now take the strategies and projects you've outlined above and break them down into tangible action steps. At this stage you're brainstorming, you're not evaluating or committing to specific actions. Include actions that you will do once and actions that you will do repetitively. And some of your projects or strategies may be big and important enough to be worthy of their own separate project plan. And if you don't have a system for this, ask me. And when you've done that and you've got your plan, you've broken down the actions that you're going to do into tangible steps, it's now time to choose, to make a decision. Of all the new tasks, what I want you to do right now is decide which one will bring in the most low-hanging fruit, which one will get some momentum happening fast. List those things here, and you only want to be choosing between 1 and 3 to do at a time. If you're a solopreneur or somebody in business on your own, I suggest you only tackle 1. But list 3 here so that once you've done 1 and it's working, you can come back and pick up with number 2 or number 3. And if you have a team, what roles need to be filled in order to effectively implement your strategies? You can't do it all. You have to delegate some things. You simply can't do it all. So what is the thing that you hate the most? If you hate it the most, you're probably the least good at it, and that would be the best thing to outsource first. That will give you more time to do what you are good at, to get out there and do more marketing, to get out there and find more clients. This is your most important task right now. Finding new customers. You need to spend your time doing that, not doing the accounts or the bookkeeping, for instance. Do you need any software? If you need software, do talk to me, because I've got some experience now with different software, and I may be able to save you a lot of time if you do need some software. Now, what actions will you take in order to use this new clarity and inspiration to get the ball rolling immediately and build some momentum? What will you do today? What will you do this week? And ask me. If you're struggling with any of this, pop your questions into the program, and I'm very, very happy to answer them, because I do wish you brilliant success in bringing all this work to life, so that you can create the life you want by getting the business the way it needs to be. All right, so taking a rest now, I'm going to come here. That's where I want. Going to go back to the PowerPoint. Excellent. All right. So I just thought I would forward you, show you this email that I received just 2 weeks ago. Hi Bridget, I just thought I would forward you an email from Jane. We're setting up incentives and launching it at our team meeting today, but I wanted to acknowledge the hard work Heather and Janet have done so far this year too. They'll get a bonus prior to the launch. I am so proud of the team. They seem to be really gelling and glowing at the moment. And Lisa and Lindsay have been amazing. So it's so exciting to see all the hard work pay off. All of your guidance and ideas and solutions are coming together. That's my ideas. This is an email I got from a client just 2 weeks ago. The result is incredible. So I have you to thank for steering us in the right direction, as painful as it has been at times. The price rise has been in effect for 2 weeks now, and massage bookings seem to be busier than ever. And I haven't heard any complaints. Go figure, she says. So that was a client. Now, if you would like some ongoing support as you implement what you've learned and everything that you've done so far in this program, I would like you to email me, bridget@creatingwhatmatters.co.nz, and say, I'd be interested in the Ease and Grace Support Program, Bridget. Can you tell me about it? So that's Ease and Grace Support. And what I do with that is through Skype or other technology, I'm happy to help you going forward with the implementation of this. I'll set you up with a Dropbox, and as you create your new material, your marketing collateral, etc., I'm very happy to give you feedback and support you to make it work for you so that you can get the most out of your investment in this program. It's a very affordable monthly fee. So Ease and Grace support, email bridget@creatingwhatmatters.co.nz. So that's it. That's the end of creating your marketing plan. Sounds like a lot to do, and there is. This is where the rubber meets the road, where you start putting into practice everything that you have learned and making it work for you. I do wish you every success, and thanks again for being on the webinar and the program with me. It's been a joy helping you to get to here.